The anger against the death of 5 persons in Meghalaya's West Jaintia Hills continues to simmer in Shillong. Several groups had called for a collective candlelight vigil in the capital, but it soon turned into chaos when unknown people destroyed public property, despite leaders trying their best to calm the situation down. Several cases of stones being pelted and petrol bomb attacks have been reported. A traffic police booth was also burnt down. Meanwhile, the Meghalaya Human Rights Commission in Shillong has taken suo motu cognizance pertaining to the death of 5 citizens, of the killing of 5 citizens of Meghalaya.
Well, there is considerable concern over fuel supply in Shillong, and this is of course the outcome of the tension that the state has seen over the killing of 5 civilians in Mukro village by Assam Police after what the Assam Police described a hot chase. But there has been protests as well. There was a police booth torched yesterday, but what you see in these pictures are lines at fuel pumps in Shillong, and this is of course given that there is considerable amount of buying. Now of course what we are being given to understand is that the union of the fuel tankers has agreed to come up with supply trucks, given that they will be accompanied by security forces till Shillong, and that is of course an assurance that the Meghalaya government has given them, and after that assurance they've agreed to come up with fuel supplies. So once those trucks with supplies arrive, perhaps these lines will subside. But as it's evident from these pictures, and if I can ask my camera person Sanjay Chakraborty to show you on this side, long lines outside fuel pumps in Shillong, as there is considerable tension in the state, and there hasn't been trucks coming up over reports of the tension that we've been reporting on as well. And that is of course a concern here in Shillong. But at this point there are people who are coming in to buy fuel supplies at these petrol pumps, and that is something that is a concern which will of course subside if the fuel supply is resumed with security convoys as assured by the Meghalaya government to ensure there is no untoward incident. But protests have continued in Meghalaya, in Shillong, and at this point there are more protests planned as well in the aftermath of that incident where 5 civilians from Meghalaya were killed in Mukro village in police firing. The Assam government has taken action against the police, but clearly the protesters and those in Meghalaya who are outraged by this incident feel not enough has been done, and that sentiment has been echoed by Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma as well, who's been assured of a probe by a central agency. He's welcomed the action taken by the Assam government against the police officials, but has also gone on to say that it shouldn't end there. More needs to be done. There is considerable amount of outrage and tension in the state, even though there is an uneasy calm in the state of Meghalaya, especially in places like Shillong as well. With camera person Sanjay Chakraborty in Shillong, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.